Hello everybody, I'm Robert Breaker, and today we're going to take you along on a little trip. I like to do little videos like this on trips. And the trip today is going to be a trip to the Santa Rosa County Homesteaders Convention. And a lot of people are looking into homesteading, and they like chickens, they like other things. And we've enjoyed our chickens. We get about a dozen eggs a day. And we have to watch out for animals. We've got foxes, we've got raccoons, we got a lot of animals that come after them. But I wanted to take you along today because a lot of people know what homesteading is, a lot of people enjoy homesteading, and there's a lot of channels on YouTube that we enjoy about homesteading. And so there's a guy going to be there, and we have one of his books, and so we're going to hopefully get him to sign the book. But we're also going to go along and see what all's at the homesteading convention, and we want you all to come along with us. And if you have the opportunity to start homesteading, now might be the time. Jesus is coming very soon, I believe that, but until he does, how bad will the world get? Do you need your own source of food? Because you never know. The stores are already getting a little sparse, if you will, on the shelves. There's a lot of empty things. Diesel is going up, and they're talking about running out of their diesel supplies and things like that, and it's like, it doesn't take a genius to connect the dots that bad times are coming. So are you prepared? Do you have things like this? So come along, let's go to the Homestead Convention and let's all learn something together. We're here, and we're here early, but there's still a bunch of cars. We're about to find out what it costs. We're going inside, and we called some friends and told them, hey, get over here. So hopefully this goes well. So here we go. All right, so there's a lot of people here that are from YouTube that have homesteading channels. And we got this book, and my wife said, honey, make sure the man who wrote the book signs the book. So this is about Florida survival gardening, and my wife watches a lot of these channels as well, and she wants to see if he'll sign this book for us. So that's one of the things we're gonna do. We're gonna go see who all we see and see all these homesteading channels. So this is amazing, I can't wait. So here we go. So this is David the Good, and as a preacher I have to say this. The Bible says there's none good, no not one. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So
where do I come up with that? That's what people keep saying.
Yeah, tell me about
why
that.
would you do that? It's because it's my given name.
That's your name? Your last name's Good?
My last name's actually Goodman, which
And
is just
V?
as theologically inaccurate.
Yeah, but is your middle name V?
No.
Okay, what's your middle name?
No, my middle name, well, I probably shouldn't give it because then people will hunt me down.
Okay, well there you go. So V is your new middle name. Well,
So it was like somebody the other day said, oh, somebody named Joe Smith commented, you know, no man is good, no not one. And I said, Joe, are you a smith? Are you literally a smith of some sort of copper, maybe silver?
Right.
No.
My name's Breaker.
It's the given name. It's what you
My
get.
last name's Breaker, so I guess I have to break people's good moods or something. I don't know what I do.
Busted.
But yeah, when we're saved, we have Christ's righteousness, then we're truly good. In
That's
God's eyes.
correct.
So that's what it's all about.
That's correct.
But we got your book, Florida Survival Gardening. And my wife asked if you could sign that
Sure.
for us, so we would appreciate that if you would.
I'll sign it David the Depraved,
Well,
which is more theologically accurate.
Redeemed would be better, or something like that. But yeah,
David let's see, David the
mediocre.
David with the imputed
Here we go.
righteousness
Of Christ, amen.
That's it.
Cool. Now I'm sure people know your channel, but go ahead and tell them so when people see this on my channel, they'll know where to go to find yours.
You can find me at David the Good. I teach gardening.
Obviously. But anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah,
Well, it's so good to meet you. My wife is going to
you.
be ecstatic.
No
So
problem.
thank you so much for this. And Florida, it's kind of hard to garden, but we do our best. But amen. So
yeah, the trick is to figure out what actually likes to grow in the state and then base all your gardens on that.
So we have sand that deep and clay, everything else underneath that.
Yeah,
What would you
about right.
recommend for us? I mean, pine trees grow great, and that's about it.
True yams,
Okay.
Mexican tree spinach, yard long beans, cassava,
Oh, okay. I'm familiar with that.
sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
and usually you can get away with okra too. And then you can get some of your brassicas in during the winter if your soil's richer. But if you just start with those right there, which are from the tropics, from Africa, Southeast Asia, etc., they go right through the climate here without worrying. So you base it, instead of trying to grow your white potatoes and lettuce, That's good up in Virginia, but it's not great here.
Right.
So you basically just switch your root crops. Taro is another one, very easy to grow. Edible elephant ear.
Okay, yeah.
And you start with that stuff and you just build out from there.
One thing we do have is a ton of wild blueberries. They don't get more like that big.
Yeah.
Is there something you can do to make them get bigger? Or is it
No, that's genetics. They're probably the native shiny blueberry.
Yeah.
But if you do have wild blueberries growing, that means if you want to plant any of the cultivated varieties, they're going to do awesome. So probably your rabbit eyes and your southern high bush would do excellently. And usually where blueberries grow, you can also do well growing persimmons. Persimmons usually, so if you plant those good, large Japanese persimmons, they're grafted onto an American persimmon rootstock, which is what's growing wild all around here.
Yeah.
So you can have a great big improved fruit, but it'll do just as well as the other ones because it's on that Diospyros virginiana.
Deers love the persimmon, but a lot of our persimmons, the leaves just turn black and they start dying. What is that?
Oh, they always get a leaf spot thing.
Okay.
It's common.
So some do,
they
some
always
don't.
look ugly as sin.
They only get this big too for us. I've seen other ones that are huge, but
yeah, those would be the native ones, and they're not.
How do you eat a persimmon? Because they make you pucker for like a week.
You gotta wait until you think they're spoiled.
And then
basically, like when they're like jelly, soft, gooey, starting to just fall apart. That's when they're the best.
And I heard after a freeze is when they get more sweeter. Is that true?
People have said that, but I have not really noticed a huge difference in Florida. I've tried them both ways, and generally I just have to wait until they're gummy. And if they're a little hard still, I just leave them on the counter until you think that thing has got to be too far gone to eat, and then it's perfect.
Well, thank you for your time. So good to finally
meet
you. Appreciate you. All right, we'll see you. Take care.
You know if I can answer any questions?
I'll sell them if anybody asks, I promise. Promise I'll sell them.
No.
We raise Australian Shepherds.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wondering. I got
YouTube
a buddy
channel?
of mine.
Yeah.
What's your channel?
Working Ozzy's Homestead.
Okay, of course, what it says behind it. Yeah.
How about you? You got a channel?
I got several.
All right.
I'm a preacher, so thecloudchurch.org, but also Knives Are Cool and Axes too.
Cool. I got a bunch of friends in the knives community.
Okay, well check out Knives Are Cool and Axes 2 channel.
Well, do you have a card?
I did not bring anything with me. I'm just filming this for my channel, so I don't. But thecloudchurch.org also, look that up.
Well,
I preach in English and Spanish, so.
Well, I've done a few videos in Spanish. Just
Oh wow, habla español.
Un poquito, pero necesito otras personas aquí para practicar conmigo.
Igualmente, sí, entiendo. So what's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas?
My name is Gary.
Okay.
My channel is Belt Loop 29.
Belt Loop 29. Okay.
Yeah, we do. Well, did I give you a card?
I think you did. Let me check. Yeah.
I'm also a police officer.
How on earth did you get a name like Belt Loop 29?
Well, that's a great question. When I living in Crestview, Florida.
Okay.
I live in Mississippi now, but living in Crestview, Florida, I always used to hang around. You know, I was always whatever was happening. So a friend of my brother's, a friend of mine as well, gave me the nickname Belt Loop, because it's always Belt Loop's always hanging around.
Hanging around. So you were always hanging around for 29 years, or how's that work?
No, 29 was because of Kevin Harvick. I had Belt Loop 601, but then I couldn't remember my password to get into AOL. So
what is your channel about?
Gardening, cooking. Mostly these days we do a lot of live streams.
Okay.
And I'm a police officer as well, so we got a show called Good Cop and Bad Dog.
Okay.
It goes on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at midnight because that's when I get off of work, when I get home.
That's late.
And then, but we also have on Saturdays, Devil Dogs goes at 7 o'clock Central, and then I follow him at 8:30.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Anyhow,
Well, good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Hey, hang on. You ain't getting out of here.
How are you getting out? I want to look at the dogs. Is what I want to
All
tell
right,
you.
Oh, thank you. I'm about to hook
Go
up
ahead.
with that
Zoom
one
in on
too.
the dog.
I'm about to search their YouTube channel.
So my name is Robert Breaker. So I'm walking by and I'm like, you got room for another camera right here? He's like, I had to leave it in the car. So you film a lot, you have your own channel. How'd you get the name Crazy Lizzy's Goat Farm?
Alright, so it's actually a family farm YouTube, and
My sister's name is Susan Elizabeth, and my grandfather used to call her Lizzy. And so growing up, I just called her Lizzy, and I told her she was crazy. So when we started a YouTube channel, Crazy Lizzy just came up.
But crazy has 2 Z's. That's super crazy when you put an extra Z in it.
You had to make it stand out, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
And it's goat farming more because we started off with goats. Now we have chickens, goats, coon pigs, rabbits, turkeys.
Wow. We'll have to
and we
check
have a
that
garden.
out. And a garden too. This is amazing. I'm enjoying all this and meeting people too. So nice to meet you. What's your name?
Steven.
And are you crazy, Steven?
I'm just a camera guy.
Okay, so we shouldn't call you Crazy Steven though. It's just Crazy Lizzy, right?
Not just crazy camera guy.
Crazy camera guy. Okay, it's good meeting you. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Have a great one.
Awesome. Hey, it's Papa Truck Homesteader. How are you? A long time no see. Okay.
Did we have dinner last night?
Yeah, don't tell everyone. Now everyone knows.
So I've got my nice sanitized jar here. And the herb that I have chosen today is calendula. Calendula is really good for any basic skin conditions, any eczema, psoriasis, anything like that. You can also use calendula internally if you're suffering from psoriasis, eczema, or any chronic skin conditions. You can use it internally and externally and kind of give yourself a double whammy there. So for herbal infused oil, I'm just going to fill my jar up about halfway with my herb. And when you're doing infused oils, you really want to use a dried herb. That way you don't have any moisture content left in your herb. There are a few exceptions to that, where you're going to need to use the herb fresh. Say, like St. John's wort is one that you need to use fresh. If you have an herb that you've researched and you know you need to use it fresh, make sure you're only making enough of that oil to last you about 3 months, because it's not a matter of if it's gonna go rancid, it's when you're using fresh herbs.
Oh, look at this, blacksmith classes. That looks pretty awesome. Why do you always hit the anvil first a couple times before you hit the metal?
Just trying to get my bearings, see where things are.
Okay.
It doesn't do any good at all.
Okay.
It's a waste of energy, to tell you the truth.
Nervous twitch.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Now, what I did, this guy wanted to have an infinity sign, so I've taken and drawn this piece of steel out to make a nice little... See, I just pulled a long taper on that steel. Very long taper. All right. This knife right here.
Oh, let's see the knife. Can you show that to us?
Oh yeah, it's rusty as all get out because it got wet last night.
So that's made out of just a piece of steel.
Just a piece of mild steel. That's all it is. Nothing fancy.
Let's see what it feels like in your hand.
I get the question all the time. You know, well, can I get a?
It's not bad.
I want a piece of hardened type steel. And I'm like, you know, how tough is your steak?
Did you do the leather work too?
Yes, sir. That's the class that we teach us how to make that sheath.
Oh, amazing.
Sir.
So you can buy it also. How about that?
Yep.
And what is your name?
I'm David Samlin.
And do you have a channel on YouTube or anything?
No, not really. I probably should.
Are you
I got a few things. Traditionsworkshop.com is the name of the business.
Traditionsworkshop.com.
We do have a Facebook page, and I got to get you some change.
Okay.
Just a second.
People can check him out there. This is pretty amazing. So he's not just making it for show, it's all for sale too. This would be awesome to learn how to do this.
Oh,
Hey, how are you?
good, good.
Tell me about your pigeons here.
All right. Well, we're here because we're hoping that homesteader type folks would be interested in racing pigeons.
Not raising, racing.
Well, you got to raise them first.
Okay. But
And
race
then
them,
you race 'em.
like to see how fast they get from one place to another?
Yep. See, like
So like World War I, huh?
this is a
Oh, wow.
this is a race that I won back in April. It says we flew from what's the location? Somewhere in Tennessee.
Wow.
305 miles in a little under 6 hours,
Wow.
and Little Bird came in first place. And that's what we do.
That's neat.
We
That's
fly them. We fly them from Montgomery, Alabama, from Birmingham, from Tuscaloosa. We basically fly them up I-65.
I see. Is there a certain one that flies faster than others or anything?
Yeah, the ones that come on first.
Well, I mean, is it a certain race or what kind of pigeons are these?
These are all racing homers. They're called thoroughbreds of the sky.
I see.
So, like, this is a race in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
First
look at
place is
that.
$332,000.
Might be worth getting into, huh?
Yep, I'm saying if you're a homesteader.
Okay.
Here's a race on the Gulf Coast. First place is $50,000.
Wow.
And here is the Florida Derby. This race been around a long time. It pays out a mere $1 million
is that
every
all?
year. Yep. And that's pigeon racing.
We need to get into pigeon racing, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Make sure we don't have anybody with shotguns. We were pigeon hunting the other day.
Well,
and,
believe it or not, we schedule our first series of races in the fall the weekend after the
Hunting.
opening weekend of dove season.
Okay, good.
You never
Yeah.
want to race pigeons the opening weekend of dove season.
Right. Now, you haven't eaten any of these, have you?
No.
Okay.
Years and years ago, people would. That's kind of gone away. Nobody does that
I
anymore.
hear you. Just all you eat is the breast meat.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's amazing. Okay, folks, who knew? Get into pigeon racing.
There you go.
Some money there. All right.
Thoroughbreds of the sky.
Are you on a YouTube channel or anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, we got a little Facebook.
Give us your info in case people want to see how to get in touch with you.
Oh, let's see. We're the New Gulf Coast Racing Pigeon Club. You need my name, Al.
Sure.
Phone
And then-
number?
Not really. Just they'll find that on Facebook. Just go.
Yeah,
into
they'll
that.
find us.
Okay.
They'll find us.
All right. Well, thank you. Nice talking with you.
All right.
Interesting. Strange. Did you do all this stuff? What's your name?
I'm Spider.
Spider. Step on Spider. Oh, sorry. I'm remembering the 90s. And do you have a channel on YouTube or anything?
I do on YouTube, but I haven't put anything there in a long time.
Oh, well, what is it? Maybe people will watch it.
It doesn't have any of the carving on there, does it? Or does it?
You know, I can't even remember.
You can't
the name
remember?
of it. That's how long it is.
Okay.
I'm more on my Instagram Instagram and my Facebook's right.
Well, tell us where people can find you.
On Instagram, I'm Spider Woodworks.
Spider Woodworks.
And then on Facebook, I'm Chet Lambert. Oh.
Chet
I
Lambert.
actually used my real name. I haven't said that name out in a long time. I've been
Okay.
going by Spider
That sounds
since.
weird.
For so long.
I know.
What kind of spider?
I hate spiders. That's how it started.
So,
I
okay.
absolutely hate spiders.
Overcame your fear then.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Still haven't.
We'll take a look at your stuff here. Really well done. And you do it with a chainsaw or no?
Chainsaw and everything else. Just depending what the piece is, but
Wow.
everything starts with a chainsaw.
Huh. Pretty. of this is a little creepy. I guess it's the theme for Halloween or something.
See, everything's on it.
Got some awesome mushrooms here. Best part is all the different things.
That's a candle. This is dill pickle relish.
From Ob, how about that? It's not the biggest thing we've been to, but it's amazing. There's so many essential oils, there's so many herbs, there's so many farm things, there's so many honeys. It's just incredible, and I'm learning so much and I'm having a great time. So this is a lot of fun. If you are watching this live, if you're watching this October 29th, they are still here and you can come out. This is Milton, Florida, Santa Rosa County Fairgrounds. And I don't know if they do this every year. I hope they do. This is really cool. So let's go look at some more stuff.
It's a lot bigger than last year.